How's it going, guys? REPRINT Live here, and today we got a lot of new leaks and stuff coming out in the future of Duel Links. We're gonna go ahead and cover them today. So to start off, it looks like we're getting a new set, but this new set is going to be a almost 100% reprint set. Now, I'm actually glad this is coming to Duel Links because this is really good news for all you new players that haven't been able to go back and pull all the staples from each and every new of the sets. Which, I mean, this is pretty awesome because this set is basically that. So what this set is all about is basically reprinting all the staple cards from all the older sets. So cards like Sphere Karibo and all them, they're all gonna be in here, which is pretty awesome. Alright, so to start off, there's a lot of cards in here. There really is. There's a ton of them. But basically, the way it's working is they're giving us a whole bunch of reprints, and in those reprints, they're giving us a few new cards. So it's kind of, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of that. I would have preferred them putting the new cards in the newer set and making this one 100% reprints. Because now, if we want to get one of the new cards, we have to pull God knows how many cards till we get one of the actual new cards, which is insane. So it kind of defeats the purpose, but whatever. Let's go ahead and talk about the old ones first. Some of the old ones I'm seeing is we're getting cards like Sonic Bird, Sphere Karibo, Senju, Mirror Wall, Soul Exchange, Divine Wrath, 7 Tools, Magic Drain. We're getting a lot of stuff, dude. Getting Magic Drain. We're getting some psychic stuff. I forget their names, dude. But we're getting Gozuki Transformation, the ninja card, and we're getting Hamstrap. Those are some of the URs that we're getting, and that they also gave us some of the new ones. So let's go ahead and start talking about some of the new, I guess some of the new URs. So first things first, we got 4 new URs in this set, and they're going to be number 1. We got Kunai with Chain. Kunai with Chain is a pretty cool card. It's one of the Joey's cards. It's kind of like an econ that powers up your monster, but I mean, it does not replace econ because it doesn't do the econ take play. So it's an okay card, sure. I mean, it's all right. So that's one of them. I think that's an okay card. I don't know if it's a UR quality, but whatever. Next one we're looking at is a card called Thestalos the Firestorm Monarch. It's so hard for me to say that guy's name, dude. It's so difficult. But I don't know, from what it looks like we got another burn card, dude. What's with Konami and giving us degenerate burn cards? Even though monarchs are monarchs, but whatever. Let's go ahead and go over this guy's effect. Basically, if this card is tribute summoned, discard 1 random card from your opponent's hand. Then, if it was a monster card, inflict damage to your opponent's life points equal to its original level times 100. So, if you summon him and discard a card from your opponent's hand, you're already doing pretty good because you're discarding one of their cards, which is awesome. You can hit one of their Sphere Karibos, deal 100 damage, but get over their Sphere Karibo, or just straight up hit really high and discard like I don't know, like a Blue Eyes or something, whatever. I don't even though Blue Eyes ain't relevant anymore. The thing is, since Dark Worlds are seeing play, if this guy discards from your opponent's hand and they're playing Dark Worlds, that could be really, really risky. That could be pretty bad. You could be kind of wrecking yourself there, because imagine this guy hitting into a rainbow or something. You're pretty much gonna get wrecked. Alright, but there's that testosterone. We got that guy. Alright, and the next card we're looking at is Dark World Dealings. I can't believe they put Dark World Dealings in this set, dude. Dark World Dealings is an amazing card. It's really good. I mean, it's obviously a Dark World card. The way Dark World Dealings work is basically you and your opponent both draw a card, and then you have to discard a card. You don't discard one of your opponent's cards or anything. You just draw a card, look at your new hand, and decide, all right, I want to get rid of this card. Now in Dark Worlds, it's really good because you basically add a card to your hand and discard one and get the effect of your Dark World. But the thing is, it makes your opponent do it too. So they add one, and then they have to discard. So that could be bad for them. Maybe they're forced to discard some kind of really good spell or something. I don't know. The basic premise is you plus pretty hard because you're going to get an effect off of this as well, and your opponent adds a card to their hand. and also gets a discard, they might not get a benefit off of it. But if they're playing Dark Worlds, then you're gonna get wrecked, dude. Alright, but there's that. That card is also pretty good. I cannot believe it's in the set. It's gonna be so difficult to get 3 copies of this, because this is a huge set. This is bigger than a main box. So whatever. And moving on, last card we're looking at is Dark Horus. And Dark Horus it's an okay card. I don't think it's as great as the normal like Horus level 8 or whatever. I think that's his level, right? 8. Alright, but this one basically does state, once per turn, after resolving a spell card that was activating during your opponent's main phase, you can target one level 4 dark monster in your graveyard and special summon that target. This card must be face up on the field to activate and resolve this effect. Alright, so basically, you gotta summon this guy. You gotta summon him by whatever method you can. It's probably gonna be by a normal tribute summon or something, because, I mean, it is a dragon. You could technically Kidmodo him out. So you can bring out Dark Horus. It shouldn't be that difficult. But the thing is, he only really reacts to spells activating during your opponent's main phase. I mean, you can chain a quick play on their main phase, but I don't know if that's going to be that relevant. I don't know. I think it's an okay card, but I'd still have to see how it would work in the meta. But whatever. I mean, all you're really doing is getting back a level 4 Dark. So that means you're going to have to play a Dark deck for him. So there's not that much synergy with Kidmodo, but whatever. We'll see what supports him in the future. But for now, that is the last of the new UR cards in the new set. I have a list of some of the new SRs as well. So first things first, we're looking at some of the new ones that you can see because I have the screenshot up right now. The first one, if you guys don't recognize it, it's a card called Soul Release. Now, this card is a really old card, but it's actually pretty decent. It basically does state you target up to 5 cards in any graveyard and banish them. So it could be your opponent's stuff to kind of wreck their Phoenix or whatever. It could be pretty useful. Or it could be like maybe you wanna banish your own stuff. Maybe you have a banish deck or something. This could work as well. So it's a pretty interesting card. I kind of like it in Duel Links, but whatever. I mean, I think it's pretty nice. Next up, a fusion. If you guys don't recognize it, that's cool. I actually did not even know what it was to begin with, but let's go ahead and take a look at it. This card is actually a Sky Galloping Gaia, the Dragon Champion. So basically, it's kind of a take on Gaia, the Dragon Champion. But I think it was a method for them to like streamline him, make him a little bit more easy to summon. It looks pretty interesting. But let's go ahead and read this guy's effect. Gaia, the Fierce Night Monster, and 1 Dragon type monster. So you don't even need Curse of Dragon, which is awesome. This card's name becomes Gaia the Dragon Champion. While it's on the field, if this card is special summoned, you can add 1 Spiral Spear Strike from your deck or graveyard to your hand. When this card declares an attack on an opponent's monster, you can change the battle position of that monster. So it could basically attack and you choose their monster's position. It could be really devastating if they have like a monster with like really low attack or something. So it could be pretty cool. And also when it is special summon, you do add a Spiral Spear Strike. It looks like it might be an interesting card because of the fact that it can fuse with any dragon monster. So it can add some synergy to like a fusion deck just by splashing in a Gaia. Alright, and next card we're looking at is more of that support. It's actually similar to the Sky Galloping Gaia. It's one of the fusion cards actually. And it's called Curse of Dragonfire. So it's kind of like Curse of Dragon, but it's a revamped version, and it looks pretty cool. So let's go ahead and go over this guy's effect. It basically does state, if this card is normal or special summoned, you can target 1 field spell card on the field and destroy it. Once per turn, you can fusion summon 1 fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters you control as fusion monsters, including this card. So it basically brings out your Gaia fusion guy that we just talked about. That's kind of it. I mean, it uses monsters you control, so you wouldn't be able to bring out like a 5-headed dragon or whatever because you can't have 5 monsters on the field. Which is just a thing. So I think you can fuse into like some of the. I think that Buster Blader fusion would work too, because it does require just a dragon for the fusion. So I mean, there's a few options there. So I think this Curse of Dragonfire thing might be pretty cool in some kind of fusion deck. I really do think it might be interesting because it just gives you that ability. Also, it does have the ability of like I think that Yugi's Gaia, not Gaia, that his Curse of Dragon used in the anime where I think as soon as he summoned it, it destroys field spells. They were making up moves. They were making up abilities, dude. But whatever. Next one we're looking at is a card called Berlineth, the Firestorm Vassal. Now this is a vassal. It works with the Fire Monarch, but whatever. Let's go ahead and read this guy's effect. Basically, the vassals, all they do is special summon themselves so they can be tributed. But let's see. You can discard one card. Special summon this card from your hand. Also, you cannot special summon monsters from your extra deck for the rest of this turn, which is something they do as well because monarchs don't like the extra deck. That's just how they play. If this card is tributed for a tribute summon, you can look at your opponent's hand, banish one card from their hand until the end phase. You can only use each effect of Berlineth, the Firestorm Vassal, once per turn. So it could kind of get over your opponent's hand. It's more of that hand hate. So if you do tribute it for the other Firestorm guy or Fire Vassal Monarch guy, so if you tribute them, you're basically gonna really destroy your opponent's hand. You're gonna wreck their hand, dude. Which I think it's a pretty cool card. I really do. I think it's an interesting card. It doesn't say you have to use it with monarchs, but it does work in any technically tribute deck. So there you go. Next one we're looking at is called By Order of the Emperor. More monarch support, and this one is stating when a monster effect is activated, that activates when a monster is normal summoned. You can negate the activation, then the player whose effect activation was negated draws one card. So that's basically support for monarchs, but the thing is, it kind of works by negating your own monster's effect. Like you tribute summon a monarch, and you negate your own monarch's effect, and you get to draw cards. So it's basically like a draw engine for monarchs that can technically shut down stuff like Cyber Angels or something like that when they normal summon the Petite Angel, Cyber Petite Angel and stuff like that. But I don't know. I just think this card is interesting. It could be the rise of monarchs in the meta. So you never know. Next card we're looking at is Gigantic Cephalotus. Now this is, I'm not 100% sure, but I think this is one of those newer archetypes, Predaplant, I think. This card does state, this card gains 200 attack each time a plant type monster is sent to the grave. Now this, I can see why they threw it in here. It does technically work. You do kind of want to send your rose lovers and stuff to the grave. So, hey man, this card might be somewhat useful. But in the end, it is still just kind of like a beater. It could be 2050 if you send a plant to the grave. So it looks interesting, I guess. But who knows how relevant it'll be. Next card we're looking at is a card called Double Cyclone. Now, the first thing I thought about was I felt like this card was a lot like Parallel Twister. Has pretty much the same effect, except this one is a quick play. And this one, you basically target one of your back row and one of your opponent's back row, and you destroy both of them. And that's all it really does. I think this could be pretty cheeky though, because you can activate it on your opponent's turn. So if you go first, you can set it, and if you can set double of these, it would be really like advantageous of you. If you set 2 and then your opponent sets 2, and then you chain them both and target each one of your double cyclones, and then 2 of your opponent's back row. And you can completely wreck them. Like a quicker version of Storm. So there's that. And the last card we're looking at that are some of the new cards, at least the new SRs. There might be new rares and stuff, but I doubt it. I don't think there's going to be new rares. Alright, some of the last new SR card we got is called DDM Different Dimension Master. This one looks pretty interesting, I gotta say, but it is a tribute monster. It's a level 5. But it does have the effect that states, once per turn you can discard one spell card to special summon one of your removed from play monsters. Now this in combination with your soul release or something where you maybe mill a big monster, then banish it, then summon this guy, send the spell to the grave, and then special summon that guy could be pretty interesting. I don't know how quick it could be because it does seem like it takes some setup, but if they release more DD support, this deck could be really powerful. I can definitely see this being really powerful because it plays with your banish pile, and we don't really do that much in Duel Links. So if you find ways to banish your stuff really easily, this can be a really strong contender. I like it, but we'd have to see what else we can do with it. And that pretty much concludes what cards we're getting, at least the new cards. The rest of them are all reprints, like Order to Charge, Shard of Greed, Wonder Balloons. There's a bunch of them. Sergeant Electro, Zing Zenhu, Wild Tornado, Monster Reincarnation. Dude, there's so many. Super Rush, Red Eye Zombie, Ninja cards. There's a lot of them, and I think this is pretty cool. I think this is actually a really good addition to the game. It gives us a lot more stuff to play with. It gives newer players an easy way to just jump in and start trying to get some of their older support, and it rewards them for being newer because they have the chance of getting some of this new stuff too, which is pretty cool. I mean, I probably will be pulling from this, but only because I don't have like a third copy of some of the URs and some of the SR. I think I have like 3 of almost every one of these SRs, dude. So it's gonna be kind of annoying to pull from this because I want that Dark World dealings, dude. But whatever. Aside from all of this, we have a little bit more news. Now, I did want to cover some more like cards that were leaked and found in the game data. Now, these cards were found in the data. Doesn't mean they're being added to Duel Links anytime soon, but it means they're most likely considering adding them. There's like 2 or 3 more cards that I really wanted to talk about. We have a new Dark Magician girl coming to the game. It's like a new art. I think this all might be for the 1-year anniversary. I know the new set, this new reprint set, is definitely for the 1 year. I think it's a selection box or something. I forget what they're calling it. But we have, and then they're also, I think they might be rewarding everybody with this alternate art Dark Magician girl, which, I mean, I think it's cool, but I don't think it's as relevant in Duel Links. I just don't know. I know in real life, like, collectors love this stuff because they have a physical waifu, but I don't know how it works in Duel Links, because you can't really idolize a digital card like that, but whatever. We have the Dark Magician girl with alternate art. The next card I actually really wanted to talk about. The next card I'm talking about is, we got Pot of Desires found in the game data. If you guys don't know, I mean, I already put up the picture of Pot of Desires. You might recognize that Pot of Greed face right there. But basically, this card does state, banish 10 cards from the top of your deck, face down, draw 2 cards. You can only activate 1 Pot of Desires per turn. Now, this card became meta in the TCG. I don't know if it can be used in Duel Links, because you're banishing half of your deck. This is potentially going to leave you with a 5-card deck. Well, not even. You're going to have a 3-card deck, dude. I don't think we're going to be able to use this. I think it's in the game files, because maybe one of the opponents or something is going to be able to use this. But I don't know. I think it's pretty insane that Pot of Desires is in Duel Links at all. But I just wanted to talk about it. I just wanted to cover it really quick because I found that weird. And the last up, if you guys saw it on the thumbnail, it looks like Synchros have been added to the game files. Now, this doesn't mean we're getting 5Ds yet, but it looks like we might be getting them eventually, dude. And I am so hyped for that, because that means more characters, more stuff to do, and that is so cool, dude. The first synchro we're going to look at is Junk Warrior. Now, obviously, we're going to get the Junk Warriors. These are Yusei Fudo's, I guess, archetype. That's his thing. He's got the Junk monsters, Junk Synchron, and 1 or more non-tuner monsters. When this card is synchro summoned, it gains attack equal to the total attack of all level 2 and lower monsters you control. So, I mean, that's pretty cool. I mean, I like the fact that they're adding synchros, but the thing is, it is Duel Links. It is Duel Links, meaning we're not going to be able to really overextend with synchros. No, we're probably not going to be able to make Quasar. Just to make some of these synchros, you might need like 3 monsters just to summon 1 of them. So that could be pretty insane. But we got that Junk Warrior. That's the first one we want to talk about. Pretty decent card. I mean, it's one of Yusei's cards. Next one we're looking at is another one similar. It's called Catapult Warrior. Now, this one does state 1 tuner or 1 or more non-tuner monsters. I'm confusing it because I keep thinking it's like a fusion, because I'm so used to fusions now in Duel Links, dude. But whatever, its effect does state, once per turn, you contribute 1 junk monster and inflict damage to your opponent equal to the original attack of the tributed monster. That could be pretty cheeky if you throw a Junk Warrior at them and deal 23, and then you revive them from the grave and do it again. I think that'd be pretty crazy. Alright, but that's pretty much it for that. Now the last card I wanted to talk about, a lot of you guys already know this, but we got Stardust Dragon in the files. I am really hyped for Stardust. I think Stardust, as soon as I found out about this card, I made a deck for him in real life. I got it stolen. It got legit stolen. It was stolen on one of my birthdays, so it sucks, dude. I really like Stardust. This card is really cool. It can prevent destruction. So if the game is moving on to in a way that is kind of annoying, where like you have a lot of destruction, the whole Stardust plays might be pretty cool. If we end up getting Starlight Road in the game, that's gonna be insane. I remember Starlight Road when I was playing. Everyone was adding it to the deck. Imagine using this card against your opponent if they're using like Phoenix or something. That would be insane because you basically negate their Phoenix and summon a Stardust. That would be so cool. I really want Stardust in the game. I really do. But whatever. This is just wishful thinking for the future of Duel Links. This is gonna come in the future, probably not anytime soon. I don't think it's coming anytime soon. I would give it maybe another 2 or 3 months. You never know. I mean, they might decide, hey, it's a 1-year anniversary, we're adding Synchros. That would be pretty cool. But I don't think they're gonna do it yet. I really don't. It would be weird. I think so far that I'm only seeing 3 Synchros in the files. Everybody's gonna be using the same 3 Synchros. That'd be kind of weird. Whatever. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much all I want to talk about. If you guys enjoyed, go ahead and leave a like, share, and subscribe for more Duel Links shenanigans. But anyway, thank you guys for watching today. Have a great day, and see you guys.